Welcome back to Middlefield Custom Sawmill. Today we got a really good one. This is a big pine log. And when I say big, I mean it's a big one. It's 12 foot long. You can see where the log stops come up to on it to give you some idea of the size of the log. Yeah, let me get my tape measure here. Let's go measure this. All right, at this end, it's 35 inches. That's a big log. At the other end, I think it's about 32 inches. So there's a little bit of swell. Not a lot, but just a slight amount and a little bit of taper. Although not really. That's pretty straight over there. But this log, I have to cut for the Paul Bunyan show. Dan and Jay from Two Guys Timber Framing. There's Nate from Bissell Maple Farm. There's me. There's probably a few other YouTubers going to be there. And I'm not sure what exactly we're building, but Dan said cut 6x8s that are 12 foot long. He wants 30 of them. So I don't know what we're making with 36 by 8s, but I'm cutting them now. I'm going to start with this log, and then I've got one more big log over there that I can cut up, and then we got to go look at Nate's and see if he's got any 12 footers. So yeah, there's going to be some work here. That log's got to be, I don't know, maybe a ton. I mean, that is a big log. That is a great big log. Let's take a look at the log real quick. There's a little tear out at the bottom end here. There's some mud on it. I'm not going to wash it off. There's a big bare spot here. God, I can't even show you the whole log. And then around this side, it's beautiful. That's like a perfect saw log. So I don't know what we're going to get out of this. I'm going to have to do a little figuring, drawing, and then I'll come back and show you. All right, there's the plan. If you look, there's two 6x8s up here. They're 8 inches this way, 6 inches this way. I'm losing the corner on that one. So these two, I'm just going to shift over so they're centered with the line right here in the middle where the pith is. This one is centered on the pith. This one here is fine. That one there is fine. And then on the bottom, I'm losing that corner, so I'm going to shift these two over a little bit. And we should be perfect. We should get 7 of them out of this log. 7 6x8s. 6 of them will be free of heart. So yeah, let's give it a try. I'm going to cut them an 1/8 inch oversize because we're not going to use these until October 2nd or so, whenever Paul Bunyan is. 2nd or 3rd, something like that. So they're probably going to dry a little bit in the meantime. They might shrink a little bit. I hope not, but so I'm cutting them an 1/8 of an inch big, and then if Dan wants to cut an 1/8 off, he can. We'll have a sawmill at the show. So okay, here we go. Well, I didn't take enough. This has to be wider. So it looks like we're only going to get 6 because the log narrows right here, and it's only 6 inches wide, and I can't go any lower. I could, but then I'd lose 2 on the bottom. So okay, so you can see it's wide there, but as you come down here, right here, it's only 6 inches wide. Not wide enough to get 2 6x8s. I need 12. which is what I have over there. There it's 12. Here it's only 6. So that's what I'm trying to solve. Here's the idea I came up with. I took the 2 on the top and turned them sideways. And then I can shift them back and forth as I need, and I should be able to get them. And that also gets me down to here, which is much wider. So I'm going to take that cut off the top, and then I'm going to take this slab off, set it aside, and then we can work on the centerpiece. Anyway, that's the plan. We'll see if it works. Oh man, there's a lot of sap in this thing. Whew. So before I needed a 12-inch flat here. Now that I turned them sideways, I need a 16-inch flat. That came out perfect. That's some pretty looking wood. It goes that way all the way up there, and then it goes all the way down there. So now I got to cut a 6-inch thick slab off the top, and the problem is this is going to hit this lump. So I'm going to try and shave that off with a chainsaw. All right, got that cut off. I think we can get by there now. So now I'm going to come down and cut there. There's the top. This is 6 inches right there. So this saw cuts 35 inches wide. We didn't have much to spare. In fact, this side didn't have anything to spare. So yeah, that's a big piece of wood. All right. Okay, I was just taking a break and it started raining. Rained for about 5 minutes and then the sun came out and now it's really humid. We're going to take 2 cuts off the top and then I'm going to cut the slab. So that's where we're starting. Those were nails. So there's one nail there. There's 1, 2, 3 nails there. There's another one here. I don't see any more. Oh yeah, there's a dip, a little bit, 1/8 of an inch. So it's not bad. I can take a skim cut once I pull these nails out. There was a big section of this that just wasn't cutting anymore. Oh, there you go. See, that tooth is completely gone. That one's half gone. These are gone, completely gone. So yeah, the 045 blades are just not strong enough to stand up to today's metal. Alright, so I got the nail pulled out. That's all that was left, and it looks like it was a screw. So I got that one out, and then the other one, right there, you can see it. It's all in this piece of wood. And there's where the other one came out of. And in these, I started scraping on them, and they don't even look like nails. So I'm not sure if they're staples or what, but what I'm doing is I'm going to drop down like 1.25 inches, make a new cut, and that leaves me 3/4 of an inch of play for the 2 slabs that I have to cut out of this. So I'm going to go down 1.25 inches here, and that'll leave me 3/4 of an inch more than I need for 6 inch here and 8 inch down there. I did put a brand new blade on, and you can see I'm back to the blades I get from Dan. But this one's only 1.5 inches, or 1.25 inches instead of 1.5 inches. So it's not going to rub here on the wheel. So this, and this is 50 thousandths thick instead of 55. So it's not quite as thick, and it's narrower so it doesn't rub. So hopefully that solves my blade breaking problem. So if you're wondering about that cooking oil, you see all the stuff on the blade right here? See, there's a bunch of sap and stuff. It's I don't know if I can show it to you here, but you can see it glistening there. I mean, it's just icky. There, you can see it there real good. Anyway, it's all over the blade. I'm going to put a little cooking oil on, and you're going to see this blade clean right up. Well, I took most of it off. There's still a line, but that's not where the rubber hits it, so it doesn't matter. It really cleans it up. What I think happens is the oil makes the band wheel in there spin a little bit as it's going past, and it just kind of pushes everything off. So we're at 14 3/4, so I am going to go down 6 1/4 inches. That'll leave me 1/4 inch in case it comes out wavy and I have to recut it, or in case it bows or something like that. Okay, okay, it's the next day. It got really hot yesterday after it rained. The humidity went to 97%, so it's now cooler and less humid. It's the next evening. I'm going to finish cutting this up. We left off where I cut right across here, so I got to pick this up with the skidster. You're going to have to move. That is a tall piece of wood. 8 inches thick, 34 inches across. That's perfect. No light on the blade. There, on the wood here, it's perfect. So this is what I wanted to show you. We did get a wave. I mean, you should be able to see that from up there. Anyway, this is bigger. Right there we're at 8 1/4. But there we're at 7 3/4. So I can't go down anymore. So I'm going to lose 1 6/8. It's alright, I'll turn it into something else and use it around here. It's only like from here up. The wave doesn't go all the way to the bottom here. It's just on the back side. Square there. Square there. Perfect. Perfect. No daylight. It's just right here. And it's still pretty big. But if I have 8 inches here, I'm a 1/16 under. Dan will never know. Oh gosh. Well, there's no way to fix it. So I'm just going to cut it down to that dimension and roll with it. And if we don't use it, we won't use it. My phone is going crazy because I sent Dan a picture of the dip and I said, you can use these anyway, right? Alright, so perfectly 6 inches across. Now I gotta make it 8 inches high. It's about 8 1/4, I think. 8 3/8. So we might get rid of almost all of the dip. On this one we might get rid of all of it. On those two we'll get rid of most of it. Dan said bring them anyway. So, okay, Dan? you can see, I think you can see, how that just tapered out to nothing. It looks like there was another little wave right here that I just cut out because the board bends right there. So that's a little thin. You can see the light going through it. But now, it better be perfect. Well, it's square. Yeah. Perfect square. Flat and straight. And here's where that dip was. You can just barely see a touch of daylight. Just barely. It's like a 32nd of an inch. So this one is as good as they get. Now let's see if we can fix those two. Not signing my name to this one. It's got that 1/8 of an inch dip. Dan, the ones with the X's, Nate cut those. Man, I'm glad these aren't oak. 6 by 8 by 12. Now all I gotta do is go stack and sticker them. I'll be back. Okay, this is the slab that has the hump in it. Because the other one had a valley, this one has a hump. And I think you can see it right there. You can see it on the back side, that's where it's worse. Here it's almost flat. But here on the back side, there it is. That's pretty noticeable. Yep, plenty noticeable. So I'm just gonna come across and cut that off, and I've fixed my problem. That side over there is a 1/16 of an inch thicker than this side over here. That side's thicker, this is a 1/16 thinner. So as I go across, I'm going to level it. I'm going to make them both the same thickness, and I'm going to get rid of the hump. So here we go. It's nice and flat now. Huh. It took a big chunk off here too. It must have been another thick spot. I mean, it's flat on the bunks. Yeah, okay. Okay, I got the slab standing up. It's perpendicular to the blade. I'm just gonna break it down 6 inches, 6 inches, 6 inches like that after cutting the bark off. And we'll see where we are. I'm out of water. I'm out of battery on the cameras and I'm out of gas. So like this, we got water. I'm a little refreshed from taking a break. Let's try this. Off a little out here. Starting to get dark. Almost 8 o'clock. It is the next morning, early in the morning, nice and cool out here today. I've got this board to edge, then we're going to do that big slab, cut it into 2 more 6x8s, and then I got another board to edge, so that'll finish this log up. These are coming out really nice. I mean, there was a little knot there, but on the other end of that one, there was nothing. You can see down there, it's clean. So, yeah. That's a weak spot for like a 2x4, but it's only a 1/2 inch down, so it won't really matter much. It is pretty wood. Okay. That is a nice 6x8. They're one little knot, and the rest of it is just clear all the way down. This side is clear, and that's a nice piece of wood there. Okay, so I got one down there, I got one here. Let me go throw those on the stack. From that one log, we got 2, 4, 6, 7 6x8 by 12s. Those are big. So that's a heck of a stack of lumber there. We got a 4x8. We got a couple of 1x's, a 1x8 and a 1x6, something like that. And you can see these are nice. Let's look from the other side. Oh, I also got blocking, this piece of blocking, and these 2 boards. Here's a, there, you can really see the curve in that one. Yeah, that took a dip. But these are great. They look good. That's clean all the way down there. So that is 7 of the 30 pieces that we need for the Paul Bunyan show. Got a ways to go yet. I'm taking that black walnut log over to Nate's now, so maybe I'll film a little bit of what he's doing over there. He's supposed to be sawing. I guarantee you he's not. It's hot. It's probably about 80 degrees already. It's only 10 a.m. This is for my granddaughter, Georgia. He's fast. Keep going, Froggy. Toad. There you go, Georgia. I'm tired now from chasing him.